I call this one the stages of change. A lot of psychoeducational information which I'm providing to you with the hope that knowledge will better equip you and enhance you in your journey towards recovery. What am I talking about here? Some really clever individuals, you'll see their names on the sheet which I'll give to you with this session, have identified that there actually are different stages that all of us will go through when we are undertaking change of anything in our lives. Giving up smoking, giving up swearing, giving up porn. Whatever the change process, there are identifiable changes that all of us, I should say stages, that all of us will go through in order to eventually achieve the sobriety, the cessation outcomes that we seek. What are those stages? It begins with pre-contemplation. What is this pre-contemplation? I tend to just role play a scenario of somebody giving up smoking in order to better understand these different stages. And so here we go with pre-contemplation and somebody desiring to give up smoking. Well, all the knowledge that we've got about smoking and cancer, I guess there's some truth in it all, but I enjoy smoking. I guess there's something I need to give it up at some point. But hey, my granddad, he lived to 85 and he smoked 15 cigarettes a day. Yeah, I guess I need to do something about it at some point, but I'll get to it. Can you hear the words being used and the approach? Pre-contemplation. Before I can seriously contemplate doing this, the person is not yet ready. They are being able to contemplate realistically giving this up. And then we move to the next one, which is contemplation. I can now consider the possibility. What does that look like with our smoking scenario? Well, there really is, it's definitely proper links between smoking and cancer. I hate the smell myself when I'm smoking it. I'm smelling lingering smoke in the car. Oh, it really is horrible. I do need to give up this habit. It really is dirty and a disgusting habit, smoking. I really do need to do something about it. I've got 4 grandchildren now, and well, I recognise I'm really not going to live to a very old age if I continue with the smoking at the rate that I am. It's something I really need to do something about. Can you hear the shift from pre-contemplation to contemplation? The person is now able to contemplate the possibility. Where are you on these stages is essentially where I'm getting to. But if we stay with this contemplation, somebody in contemplation is not necessarily ready to move to the next stage. And they may stay in this place for many, many years. Did that happen to you? See, the next stage is preparation. One might think that now that the person can seriously contemplate the possibility of doing something, they would then jump straight to doing something, action. No, actually it isn't. It's preparation. There needs to be some practical steps which are taken in order to give you a fighting chance to succeed in the cessation, the giving up of that which you are seeking to give up. So preparation in our smoking scenario, what might that look like? Well, I've made a New Year's resolution on the 1st of January. That's it. I'm giving up this horrible habit. I'm going to stop smoking. I've gone off to the GP. I've got my nicotine patches. I've gone on the NHS website just to see what other resources and help might be available to me. I've also gone to the different parts in my house, the greenhouse, where I normally used to leave some of the half-smoked packets of cigarettes. I've searched the car for half-smoked cigarettes. I found a few packets and I've destroyed all of them. I kept one back. I might just smoke that last one on New Year's Eve in preparation for beginning on New Year's Day. I might not, but I'm ready. Yep, I'm ready. Can you see some practical steps need to be taken? For you, for a long time, you may have contemplated the need to do something, to give up the behaviours. But for a really long time, you didn't actually take any steps until you went and got help from a therapist like myself or some other practical steps. You've began the preparation. Let's move to the next stage, and the next stage is action. Action is exactly what it says. It has begun. So the person in our smoking scenario, yep, it's the 1st of January. I didn't smoke that last one the day before. I was at a party and I was just I just didn't bother, didn't fancy it actually. Too much activity going on. So it's the 1st of January. I've put my nicotine patches on. It's began. I've started my journey of sobriety. And that is action. And an identifiable step has been taken. First day of sobriety. Here's another very academic article, and it's entitled Shame Reduction, Affect Regulation, and Sexual Boundary. It's by somebody called Kenneth Adams and others, written in 2011. And here's just a summary of that article. Sexual addiction is an intimacy disorder that is rooted in impaired early attachment experiences. This impaired bonding causes the developing self to be shrouded in shame. Primary needs and desires become contemptuous to the individual. Affect regulation also is damaged because of negative bonding experiences. This further impairs the capacity to master feelings and successfully guide the process of need fulfillment. Sexual addiction is a compulsive cycle that attempts to compensate, soothe, and regulate the internal struggle. The cycle, in turn, creates more shame and dysregulation of affect. Strategies to reduce shame, regulate affect, and create sexual boundaries necessary for successful treatment of sex addiction are outlined in this article. I think that will do for shame for now, but remember how big this concept of shame is. Single, but want to better understand why? Preparing for marriage and want to give it your best shot. Perhaps you're in a partnership, a couple, and want to address some issues. Maybe it's a marriage, but it just ain't working too well. Are you a couple, but know it could be better? Consider a diagnosis, a form of MOT for the relationship. Want to limit passing on the stuff to the children? Because we know that childhood development really does impact the shaping of us and how we go on to do adult life. Want to maximize the quality of your relationship? Perhaps communication just definitely is not working well. Conflict needs managing, needs resolving. Sex, the first casualty when there is conflict, may be something of a sense of a mismatch, but there are definitely some problems in sex. Maybe you're long time married and you've settled, but you know you haven't settled for good enough. Consider the Kairos Center
video on demand program. In that program, you'll cover a lot of topics from A to Z, and you can do it in the comfort of your own home at your leisure, and have some periodical homework review sessions with me from time to time at your leisure. Maybe you would prefer secure webcam where one of you or both of you come for maybe weekly sessions. There's something for everyone in the Kairos relationship program. Contact me today. Whether you're in a partnership, a marriage, these things are true. Marriage is not the coming together of two people. It's actually a clash of two cultures, two experiences, two memories, two habits, two morals, two values. And that is a formulation for destruction, says Dr. Miles Monroe. Also, Dr. Creflo Dollar has said, marriage is the place of our healing. Don't leave it too quickly. And if I add a little bit extra to that, you're destined to repeat the problems. So why not work through this partnership in order to address the issues, which is more about me than the other person, and then make an informed decision about what you do for the future of the relationship. Send me a message. It's time to get your quality of life and relationship back on a proper footing.